The Honda Civic has been one of the great car designs over the decade. This generation, clearly the best Civic ever. And among the Civic line, we have a really fun model, the Si, a substantial increase in horsepower over the everyday versions, still very practical, a lot of fun to drive. Get in, it's time for Family Wheels. Whether you already own a Civic Si, are shopping around, or just enjoy the world of autos, give Family Wheels a like. Your likes are the fuel for our engine, so keep watching and show your appreciation with a thumbs up. Subscribe and click the little bell to be notified when reviews are posted first thing each Saturday. Thanks! The Civic Si is based on the Civic sedan platform. In fact, on the US website it says Civic Si sedan, so it's not the hatchback. The engine is Honda's trusty 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and here it makes 200 horsepower. And that's the big difference between this and lower models in the Civic sedan range. The next step down is 180 horsepower, 20 less, and then at the bottom 158 horsepower. Of course, it's nowhere near the 315 horsepower you get from the Civic Type R, which is a pretty raw and I'd say track-focused car. It costs a whole lot more than this. 200 is actually a bit of a sweet spot for the person who wants to have fun once in a while and yet have a practical vehicle for everyday use that's tractable and so forth, and get it at a good price. I'd say 200's enough. One aspect of the Civic Si that I absolutely love is that it is only available as a 6-speed manual. It's easy to drive this manual. First of all, you've got rev match there. We went 3 to 2. It matched it perfectly. But also, the clutch is light but not too light. And the throws in the shifter are as good as any two-seat front-engine rear-drive sports car I've driven. It's just a delight to shift this transmission. Now, one aspect of all Honda manual transmission vehicles is something called rev hang. That's where you go from a lower gear to a higher gear, and the revs don't come down to match it. They all have it. We're going to 4,500, and we're waiting. And that's how long it took to get down to the rev matching going up. So you're either going to have to wait or just slam shift it. Certainly in racing they do, but we're not racing, we're driving on public roads. A couple of everyday features that I like in a sporty car, especially one with a manual transmission. It does have engine idle stop. Press the clutch in, engine starts up again, and it's got brake hold. And as far as engine idle stop goes, yes, we're trying to save every milliliter of fuel we can these days. Let's take it through a series of S-bends. Now here in the Si, there are bigger brake rotors, larger anti-sway bars, so for a stiffer suspension. Through an off-ramp here. Nice constant radius. And a tighter left turn. And those larger brake rotors seem to be doing the job as well. Some potential buyers might wish for the Si to also be offered as a hatchback. Understandable, because it can hold more cargo in an unobstructed space. But that shortcoming and some people's desire for more than 200 horsepower should be considered against the Si's amazing price. The smiles per dollar ratio makes the Si sedan a highly attractive package. The Civic Si is such a sweet spot of a sporty, compact car, at this price especially. It's got a ton of features. Bose 12-speaker audio, USBs front and rear, wireless charging for your device, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. Heated seats front, heated seats in the rear, heated steering wheel. I will point out that US models of the Civic Si do not have heated seats or a heated steering wheel. I have no idea why. They're all made in the same factory in Alliston, Ontario, north of Toronto. But back to the overall feature package, it really is extensive. We've got a sunroof, dual zone climate control. There's, of course, a complete safety suite, as all Hondas have. However, we also have adaptive cruise control, and that's one of the greatest features ever in automotive history as far as I'm concerned. It de-stresses the driver and greatly increases safety. That's all included here. There's only one type of interior offered. That's this black cloth with red accents. Looks very nice indeed and is very comfortable. I have no objection to cloth seats. The driver's seat is multi-way adjustable, but it is all manual. There's no power seat adjustments, and there's no lumbar adjustment as well. And the passenger side is just extremely basic, back, forth, and rake. We also get quite sporty seats. They have this, cobra snake type of look to them. And it took some getting used to for me, even though I am fairly slim of build. And that is because of the upper bolstering here. So I now, with this car, I lean back a bit. Still got the steering wheel in the right relationship to the seat, but this is how I get comfortable in these. If I go a little farther forward, it seems to pinch me in a bit, and I think a larger person, a broader person, might have some comfort issues. The Civic Si passes the Family Wheels child seat test by the narrowest of margins. Behind me, the kind of seat that takes up the most room, rear facing. Up front, I'm 5 feet 11 inches tall, 180 centimeters, and my knees almost touch the glove box door. Now, I've readjusted the front passenger seat to be a lot more comfortable for a person of my height, yet here in the rear seat, there's plenty of room for me. Lots of knee room, legs are resting comfortably against the seat, and good on Honda for leaving plenty of space under the front seats for the rear passenger's feet to slide beneath. As far as niceties go, at this trim we do have heated rear seats, and we have 2 USB ports in the back as well. I think it's an optimal combination of sportiness and practicality. But what do you think? Leave a comment. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thanks for subscribing. I'm Richard Detman, and I'll see you next time on Family Wheels.